Hi, we're going out on the boat today and we're going to take a trip along our local waterway, which is the Aire Calder Navigation. Now, one of the things that's a little bit different on this waterway is that all the locks are electrically operated, which means that operating a lock is a far less strenuous process than when you operate one of the traditional manual locks. We hope you find this video interesting and we hope that you enjoy it. Bye! One of the first things that you'll notice as you approach these locks is that they are equipped with traffic lights. These lights are there to indicate the status of the lock. A red light, as you would expect, means do not enter, and green means go ahead. These lights usually occur when a lock keeper is present, but 9 times out of 10, when we arrive at a lock, we usually find an amber light showing, which means that the lock is to be operated by the boater. At each lock you'll find a pair of control boxes, one at either end of the lock. The controls are fairly straightforward to follow, and we thought that we'd show you how they work in this video. Firstly, to operate them you'll need a CRT key. This is the same key that is used to access other CRT facilities such as the toilet and pump out stations. Once you've inserted the key, you'll need to turn it clockwise a quarter turn. Now, depending on how the lock is set, you'll either have to empty the lock or open the gates, just like at a regular lock. What is different though is that in order to do this, all you need to do is to push a button. Unfortunately, on approaching this lock, it wasn't set in our favour. So the first thing that we needed to do was to open the paddles to empty it. Once the lock is empty, the open gates button should light up. You'll need to keep this button held down as the gates open. If you take your finger off, the gates will come to an abrupt halt, unlike any boats that may be heading towards them. So, in the boat, all boats go. Remember, these locks are huge and take multiple boats at a time. And yep, you've guessed it, you close the lock gates by pressing yet another button. The final stage in this part of the process is to press yet another button which will close the paddles. Once this is done, the panel will then allow you to remove your key. Just a short walk to the other end of the lock and you'll find another control panel. As before, you'll need to operate the panel by inserting your CRT key. This time, we need to fill the lock back up, and so the paddles need raising. Press the appropriate button for a few seconds and the automated paddles will start to rise. This is a slow and steady process as the locks are generally large. What I will point out is that there is also an emergency stop button which, if needed, will halt all the operations and close the paddles immediately. Once the lock has filled, The water level light should illuminate and the gates can then be opened, allowing any boats in the lock to exit. Finish off by pressing yet another button to close the gates and, yes, you've guessed it, another one to close the paddles. When all the operations are complete, you will be able to release your key. So there you have it. If you're ever up in the north and you find yourself on the Aire Calder Navigation, we hope that you'll find this video helpful. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We love hearing from you, so why not leave us a comment? And if you've got any questions or ideas that you'd like answering, please let us know. Bye!